First off, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those apostles and elders from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, this your brother Dawaba from the branch of GMS here in Chicago. Coming right back at you with a little lesson. And as you see on my phone screen here, I'm going to sit up here and get the Copyright Act of 1976. I hope they don't hit me with no type of copyright infringement. But it was a clip that I came across that I'm quite sure a lot of older brothers might ever remember the movie Sugar Hill. It had Wesley Snipes, Clarence Williams, Michael Wright, and that was the brother that played Eddie Kane, and I think the Five Heartbeats. So I mean, and so it was actually a really, really good movie, and Wesley played a drug dealer in the movie, but he wanted to get out, But either way it goes, in the clip, it's a scene where they come across where they want to do business with some Hamites. Now in the movie, these guys are Nigerians, and one of them calls Wesley Snipes and his brother. They address him by a certain slang that they use, and Wesley asked him about the slang. So I'm gonna sit up here and play that clip. Like I said up here and said before, this just shows you the disdain and how these Hamites think, man. And even when you look at movies back then, you sit up here and see just how these motherfuckers are, man. It just lets you know, man, the Lord sit up here and shows us through a lot of things. And that's why it's so spiritual when brothers come into this truth. When you start looking at movies, man, you start looking at them with a whole different attitude, a whole different eye, that spiritual eye, that a whole different way. And you get to noticing things when you look at it that way, too. And in every movie now, you get to notice certain things. All movies now become sort of that spiritual critiquing that you have. So I'm going to sit up here and let this play. And I'm going to grab a few scriptures. And here we go. Let me get the Copyright Act of 1976. I'm not using this for any type of monetarily or financial gain. I am using this strictly for educational and teaching purposes only. So with that, it's only about 30 seconds. Here we go.
My brother was under the impression that you want to do some business. Maybe we can just have a seat, have a drink, maybe sit down, have a nice little diatribe. See if we can work this out.
Well, don't take this personally, Romelo. It won't work. You do your thing, I do my thing. It won't work. We can't work with Akata.
Akata. What is this Akata shit?
Like American? Oh, shit. Cotton picker.
Oh, wow. See, there you go. Now, in this word, now, the guy used the word Akata, and he said it meant cotton picker. Now, I looked up the word. Matter of fact, here you go. I'm going to go ahead and show you. I looked up the word. And when you look up the word Akata means, the term Akata is a Yoruba word that most commonly refers to a wildcat. And then if any of my brothers know, there have been brothers, like if you go in videos in the past, they did lessons on Yoruba people who a lot of them are Israelites, And also when you look at Nigerians, a lot of those are Israelites, But either way it goes, when you look up the term Akata, now get this, it says it's a Yoruba word that most commonly refers to a wildcat and is often used by some Nigerians as a derogatory slur for African Americans. And we're not African Americans. We're not black people. We're Israelites. But, just for the lesson terms, it says it's a slur used for African Americans. However, its meaning and perception are complex and contested, with some arguing it is used not always malicious. So like I said before, now I'm gonna read a little bit more of this and then I'm going to grab a few scriptures. But it says the common definition and interpretation. It says wildcat. The literal translation for Yoruba word Akata is wildcat, or cat who does not live at home. The term has been applied to African Americans with metaphorical implications that they are wild or separated from their African roots. Now we're going to go into the derogatory term for African Americans. This is the most common modern usage and perception of the term. Many African Americans and some Nigerians consider Akata to be a slur, using an analogy of wildcat to imply African Americans are uncultured or without a home. There you go. So, hey, man, But it also sit up here and lets you know exactly, how these motherfuckers think. Now, I also did look up something else. Damn, I was hoping I can sit up here and find it. Where was it? Hold on. Salakia. Let me just look up something else too. Akata. Let me look it up again. Because it was something else I looked up. And it did show Akata, cotton picker. Meaning. I looked that up also. So I'm finna sit up here and say this too. Here it is. The combination of a cotton picker does not have a single... Wait, hold on. Here it is. That's what it said. It's a different interpretation of akata. There are conflicting perspectives on the meaning and the origin of akata, which is a Yoruba word from Nigeria. Derogatory term for African Americans. One common and highly offensive interpretation is that akata means cotton picker. This view is rooted in history of slavery and in Americas and associated with racist attitude held by some, including those Nigerian ancestry who sold others into slavery. Some African Americans have reported being called akata in a derogatory manner by some Nigerians. So there you go. I want to make sure I got the full meaning of what people, even when the guy said it in the movie, cotton picker. Now, with that being said, I end up talking to a brother before I did this video, the brother Yadiah here in Chicago, and he stood up here and said, and that's kind of spiritual. Here it is. I'm asking him a question about a scripture, and I sit up here and tell him what I'm about to do a lesson on. And what he sit up here and tells me is that, man, someone spoke about this. He just got through talking to a brother. I don't know exactly if it was today or exactly when. He said about that same word, the same term. And I was like, wow, that's spiritual. That I sit up here and just called him just to sit up here and hear him tell me that he was speaking to somebody else about the same derogatory statement or slur, akata. But with that being said, I'm going to sit up here and grab a few scriptures, man, because, hey, you Hamites, man, are going to sit up here and pay, man, for the stuff you did. And here's the funny thing. It mentions right here that, how y'all was part of us y'all captured us and sold us into slavery. Y'all were the ones that was capturing us too, in the transatlantic slavery. So with that, man, let me sit up here and grab a few scriptures. And the first scripture I want to sit up here and grab is, I had Amos 1 and 9 on deck. This is Amos 1:9. Thus said the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Tyrus, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they delivered up the whole captivity to Edom, and remember not the brotherly covenant. But I will send a fire on the wall of Tyrus, which shall devour the palaces thereof. And there you go. And what did that definition say? Y'all were part of us being delivered up, man, to these goddamn Edomites, man. And y'all gonna pay. Y'all gonna pay dearly. The Lord gonna sit up here and y'all gonna get fucked up for what y'all done, man. I'm not gonna make this longer. I grabbed another scripture. This is Job 3 and 4. And this is Job 3 and 4, And it says, yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? And you know what? Now, let me get to this point. Tyre and Zidon, Tyrus, those are Hamites. That when you sit up here and look at the word Tyrus, Tyre, Zidon, these are Hamites, what you would call Africans. Salakia, I didn't say that in the first one. These are Africans, what you would call Africans today. And it says Joel 3 and 4, and it says, yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and Jerusalem, and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold into the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out of their place whither ye have sold them, and I will return your recompense upon your own head. And here's going to be that one of those prophecies is going to happen when the kingdom come. And it says, and I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to the people far off, for the Lord has spoken it. Yeah, so y'all gonna get y'all shit fucked up too. Y'all gonna have y'all daughters sold too. We gonna fuck y'all up and sell your daughters and your kids too, just like y'all sit up here and fucked us over. And that time is coming. you know. And the brother sit up here, and then the brother Yadai gave me another scripture to use in Obadiah. Okay, yeah, here it is, Obadiah 1:15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. And there you go. Yeah, y'all gonna pay for it, all y'all. All y'all that sit up here and got gained and fucked over the Israelites, the so-called black Latinos and Native Americans, and all y'all gonna get fucked up. And those speckled birds also that look like the other nations, but lineage go through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So yeah, that recompense is coming to you motherfucking Africans, man. You goddamn Hamites. You nasty motherfuckers. You know, so with that, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those apostles and elders from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, I always say stay prayed up, brothers. Pray for each other because we're almost up out of here. So with that, I'd like to say Kwam Yasharella and Abba Babal and Anya Hamatham Malakim. Shalom.